Hello everybody. Today we're here with our FlashForge Adventurer 5M printer, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect and what my thoughts are from owning this thing and using it so far. I got this thing delivered to me for under $300, including taxes. I couldn't help myself. I did end up getting a camera to go in it so that I can monitor what's going on while it's being printed from remotely. It was only about 30 or 35 bucks, and I was wondering why my video wasn't as good as I'd like, and it's because I forgot to peel off the little cover on the camera. So heads up, don't forget to do that. So far, this has been an outstanding printer for such what is relatively low cost printer these days, as far as your mid-level to beginner level 3D printers. I'm incredibly impressed with this thing. Things I do like about it, let's go through the list. It is fast, and it has excellent print quality. I'm using the standard 4mm nozzle on it right now, and the output quality is fantastic. Printed a cookie cutter for my daughter to use. Little whimsical cookie cutter here, and the layers and everything are just incredibly good. It's a very accurate printer, and part of that is because you want to set this thing up where it's going to be used. And part of the calibration is it will go through and do a vibration test to find out what vibrations occur when it is in use, and it will compensate for those. It'll cancel those out during its printing so that your print doesn't have those vibration artifacts in them, and it is incredibly noticeable. Like I said, the detail and the precision is really fantastic. It is auto bed leveling. It has a 25-point auto bed leveling, and you can request it on every print if you want. I just do it periodically. Have not had any problems so far. The bed plate here is removable, and it has really good adhesion. It does come with a glue stick that you can use, and you can see if I turn this in the light just right, maybe you can see it. There's a little bit of glue still on there. I put some on initially a couple of times, and I really haven't touched it since. This is metal though. Has a rough surface that helps the things stick to it, and your bed plate that it goes onto is magnetic, very flat, very thick and heavy. So you're not going to warp this. There's nothing you're going to do to warp this. There are little tabs in the corner of the plate where you just slide this up into the tab, let it go, and it drops right back down into place, perfectly smooth and level. It's easy to get on, easy to get it off. Can't complain about it. Really nice, very high quality. The filament is easy to take to put in. Basically, you've got your tube right here on top. You just pull that back out of the way and snip that off of the top. Mount yourself a new filament on the back, run it back through here, and push this back down into its holder. And there's this process on here that you can run where it'll heat the print head up and force through the existing stuff that was left, what little is left. And as it's doing that, you just push through from behind to get the next filament started. And after a couple of seconds of pushing, it'll be in far enough so that it'll take hold of it and start pulling it in itself, and you let go and just make sure it keeps pulling through itself, and it stops. It's super easy. It just takes a few seconds to do. The touch screen, speaking of the screen, is excellent. Very fine touch. You can just use your fingertip of your fingernail, and that's all it takes. Print head, I already mentioned, it heats up really fast. The bed plate takes longer, and I think that's the same for all printers. And this is, like I said, really thick. So it's going to heat up for the thickness, for the size of this plate here, it heats up pretty quick. but it does take longer than the print head. This retains heat well though because it is so thick. And once the print head starts heating up, you'll see those numbers, they just shoot up. This thing mostly comes pre-assembled too, so there's not a lot out of the box to do other than unlock a couple of screws up front that lock your bed in position, mount to this, and in my case, I mounted the optional camera. I bought that after the fact. There's a piece on the back you have to mount that holds your filament roll. And that's about it. Not much else. Just take your foam pieces out, pitch them, and fire it up. This saves projects as you send projects to it or you print on it. It'll save your project so you can go back and without having to have a thumb drive or anything else present, just go back, pull up saved projects and reprint them later over and over if you want to. And this can load files from USB, or you can send them through a phone app. I think it's called, well, hang on, I'll go get my phone and we'll find out. All right, back with my phone. It's called FlashMaker. When you open it up, when you set this thing up initially, you can set yourself up an account with FlashForge, and then you log this into your account, and you can see your printer there. It says it's offline right now. I just turned it on, so it'll take a moment to find it. That's it starting up. See that? That's cute. I like that. The Orca slicer that you can get for this is also really nice. The slicer is really easy to use, very intuitive. It connects to your printer remotely as well. So once you get this thing set up and connected to your Wi-Fi, you can slice your project up and just wirelessly send it to the printer. And you do not have to be on the same network to do that. I can, as long as this thing is turned on and connected to the network, I have my, I can be in Phoenix and have my computer in Philadelphia and send the print job to my printer. And if I've got the camera app, I can remotely monitor it too and see what's going on. And I can actually start and stop prints from the app on my phone as well, which is really nice. So there's a little preview of what it looks like when I come up here, or I can do what's called a live view. And I can see the whole thing. There is a little bit of a lag, of course. I put my hand in here. You see, it takes a moment to notice it there. But it'll eventually, there we go. There's my hand. But it's enough for you to keep an eye on it remotely and see whether or not your print job is doing well. And that's all I need. That's pretty much it. It's really, really nice, really well built, phenomenal little printer. I have not had anything go wrong with it at all. Used a couple of different types of filaments, and it's just plain a great printer. If you're starting out and you want something that does a really good job that won't turn you off to 3D printing, this is a really good option. It's cheap enough that if, these days, that term is relative, I understand, but if you have a need for 3D print, you have a child that's into science or robotics or something like that, engineering, and need something like this to help them out, that's not a bad price to pay for a printer that's going to give them some really, really good results. Things I don't like about it. The fan, you don't hear much right now because the print head isn't heated up. But when the print head is heated, the fan revs up to quite a high pitch. The point of that is the print head gets hot to heat the filament so it'll come out. But you don't want your filament to stay hot. Once it melts in place, you want it to cool rapidly so that it adheres and retains its form. And that fan on there helps do that. It does an incredibly good job too. Another thing I do like, These nozzles are quick replace. You see the little red thing right there, perhaps? Let me get you so you can see. This little red thing, that lets you take your print head off. It's, you know, as easy as just unsnapping it and snapping another one in. It's real quick and easy. So the fan's a little bit loud. Minor stuff. If you're using it in a common area, that might be a concern. Other than that, I don't care. It's a 3D printer and it does what I want, and I am happy with that. Bigger complaints. You don't see anywhere where my filament is. It's on the back. And if you've got this thing sitting on, you know, pushed up against the wall or something like that, or for me, I've got it on my dining table and it's shoved to the other side while I'm doing stuff over here, I can't reach it. I got to go around to the other side of the table or pull it over to me or something like that to get to it. Don't like that. The power switch is dead center in the back on the very bottom, like right there on the bottom. FlashForge, that's just plain stupid. Not gonna mince words with you. Power switch should have been somewhere up here. No excuse for that. None. Whoever designed that power switch needs to be taken out back and beat up. Just say it. Don't like that. Another massive missed opportunity here is with the app itself. Like if I, or any of the apps that you use that are FlashForge apps, you are able to log into your account and then send print jobs to your printer, do your control of the printer, whatever. I can't share this printer with a family member. So if my daughter has a FlashForge account, I can't just say share my printer with her and let her see that printer and send print jobs to it. We basically have to just log into the one account. So we're doing password sharing. Come on, guys, this ain't Netflix. Huge missed opportunity there. There is absolutely zero reason you couldn't have made this so that I could share my printer with a family member or a friend or something like that so that they could print to my printer. Huge missed opportunity. And I don't think it would be difficult to do either. So other than that, those little complaints are with the, you know, where the power switch and where the filament is located, and with a missed opportunity for the app itself. Everything else about this printer has been absolutely fantastic. I am so happy I got it. And if you get this and are looking for a good quality printer, I don't think you'll be disappointed either. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea. I know it's been a bit long-winded, but when you're spending that much money, you want to know, what am I getting into? So there's my 2 cents on this, and I hope you got something out of it. I got some 3D printing to do, so I'll see you guys later.